Welcome, everyone, to Pasadena, California, and the Rose Bowl in the shadow of the San Gabriel Mountains. Arroyo Seco, also home to the UCLA Bruins, and it just doesn't get much better than this. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the Washington State Cougars, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the UCLA Bruins offense will get the first swing of the game. And here he comes, just jogging onto the field. But what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Bruin uniforms look pretty, but don't let it fool you. They'll stick their face in the fan and run it tough like a Freeman McNeil used to.
Okay, a good pull. Freeman McNeil, I don't remember him, but I do remember a guy like Maurice Jones-Drew, who's a little bowling ball and just ran physical, and just finding those guys that you can feature in your offense.
The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Caught over the middle. It's Church. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
From the gun, give on the inside. And the defense drags him down.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wide out in motion. They'll throw it on first down. It's complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Really nice throw there. I'll tell you, UCLA, they've got an impressive history book of quarterbacks, going all the way back to Rick Neuheisel. Troy Aikman is a name people will recognize. Cade McNown back in my day. And then recently, DTR was carving up defenses, too, throwing it. Got to be able to make good decisions. You got to be able to deliver strikes through the air. And this guy right now is doing just that.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Play number 9 on this drive. Leaves it with the running back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Okay, ready? Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Slides away. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires downfield. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Cougars. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Leaves it with the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long, this one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. The Bruins will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got a man in the middle. There he goes to the right. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington State. And once he got loose, it was all over.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Comes out throwing on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Unloads it downfield. He's got it down the left. And he breaks into the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, UCLA! And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
Washington State, 14, UCLA.
And he's going to try to return this one. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
The give to the back. Oh, he gave him a dead leg. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8-clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Going up top on 1st down. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
They'll leave it with him. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. The ball squirts free. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. And it's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Timeout call.
UCLA.
This is their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Running the red zone. It's cracked. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bruins! And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attacking.
Now on second down after the good first down run. Quarterback on the keeper. Nice move to keep running. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on first down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on first and 10. Quick strike complete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He wants to throw here on second down. Quarterback moving. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And that pass intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll start this drive firing. Shows him the stiff arm. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Still on his feet at the 35. The expressway is wide open. The tag! And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCLA! And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, trying gently.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. He's going to pass on second down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Pirouettes away from the defense. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Pasadena than you do? A captivating game so far. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
The Bruins will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for space. It's Herrera. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Across the 25, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. From the red zone, looking for a man. It's complete to the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. On second down, he'll let it fly. Finds his big tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to run for it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It's good.
That makes the score UCLA 21, Washington State 7.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Set to kick off.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
That's a big stop for the defense. That running back has had so much success. You're down in the football game. You need to get the ball back to your offense. You create a play like this. This will get the fires going, get the juices going. Now we got to go get a few more.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down.
Hey, man, 4th and 1 at any part of the field is risky to go for, especially when you're in your own end of the field. But they did. It was a good play call. I like them being aggressive, especially after getting that 1st down.
Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruin. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Washington State 17.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Oh, gave the defender the business. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Going downfield for the big play. Spreads it inside the 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, UCLA! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Bringing it back. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, man.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Looking to pass on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Sawyer. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up.
Oh, it's out! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard camp. Going for it all. It's complete. Touchdown, Bruins. And the stomping has commenced. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. He finds his man. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out fast. At midfield, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. It's first down from the 11. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Using his legs, it's Herrera. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, UCLA. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Bringing it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
On second down, just keeps firing. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
He's got 99 yards on the ground in this one and now sets his sights on a 1,000-yard season. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, keep the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Handoff from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Nothing like stomping a guy in the teeth when you got him down. They'll try to tack on 3 more. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.